Welcome back, family of God, to another amazing, inspirational, daily devotional Rhapsody of Realities TeeVo. Today is Friday, the 13th of September, and the topic is Carry Out the Word. Understand why you should follow His instructions. And the opening scripture is taken from the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 13, TLB. Carry out my instructions, don't forget them, for they will lead you to real living. And man of God writes, it's important to understand why following God's divine instructions matters. These instructions are meant to guide your life, so always take them seriously. Let's look at how not following divine instructions turned out for someone in the Bible. Let's look at Moses, who made a grave mistake because he didn't fully grasp spiritual truth and let his anger take over. This cost him, and he couldn't lead the children of Israel into the promised land. In Numbers chapter 20, verse 8, God told Moses to speak to a rock to get water for the Israelites. But instead of speaking to the rock, Moses hit it with his rod. Water still came out, but God was dissatisfied with him. A previous instruction to Moses in Exodus chapter 17, verse 6 was for him to strike the rock for it to bring forth water, which he did, and water came out. But this time, the rock wasn't to be smitten a second time, because that rock was Christ. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. Christ was to be smitten only once. After that, you talk to him for whatever you want. Even though Moses acted in disobedience by striking the rock twice, water still came out, but it didn't produce the result God wanted. That tells us something. It's not about the result you want, it's about what's right in the sight of God. Is the Father pleased? These things we read in the scriptures are for our learning. Romans chapter 5, verse 15, verse 14. Practice spiritual understanding, spiritual wisdom, and walking in the Spirit. That's your call. Only if we live this way can we please the Lord in all things. Understand the truth beyond His instructions and do them. Hallelujah. I'm going to read a few scriptures from the Go Deeper, and the first one is Romans chapter 12, verse 1 to 2, which says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable to God, which is your reasonable service. And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Hallelujah. And the second scripture is Colossians chapter 1, verse 9 to 10, which says, for this reason we also, since the day we heard it, do not cease to pray for you and to ask that you may be filled with the knowledge of God, to be filled with the knowledge of His will in all wisdom and spiritual understanding, that you may walk worthy of the Lord, fully pleasing Him, being fruitful in every good work, and increasing in the knowledge of God. Let's take the confession. I'm filled with the knowledge of God's will in all wisdom and spiritual understanding, walking worthy of the Lord unto all pleasing, fruitful in every good work, and increasing in the knowledge of God. Every time, in every place, and in every situation, divine wisdom is at work in me to the glory and praise of the Father. Hallelujah. The act for today is today, as you spend time in prayer, take note of and carry out whatever the Lord prompts you in your heart to do for Him. Thank you for listening.